Pandas DataFrame, adding rows and columns. Once we create a data frame, generally by importing large data sets from files or databases, the immediate next task is to organize the data frame in a desired way. During data analysis, we may need to add rows or columns to the existing data frame. This is a very common activity for any meaningful data analysis tasks. In this lesson, we will learn how to add rows and columns in different ways. Let's first create a simple data frame that will be used in our examples. Here, we are creating a data frame by passing a list of tuples to the Pandas DataFrame method. If you don't know how to create a Pandas data frame, please watch the lesson on how to create Pandas data frames. You may visit the link as given on the I button above. Let's display the contents of the data frame. We will use this data frame in our examples. Let's add one row using the lock method. As you have already learned in our previous lesson, the lock method is mainly used for querying a data frame. But we may use it for adding records also. Let's display the data frame. As we can see, the record has been added at the bottom. If the row label is numeric, as is the case here, we may use the len function to determine the last row label as shown here. The len function returns the now of rows of the data frame. And we want to use this number as the next row label. We may also add a new row by taking a record as a dictionary object as shown here. Now let's learn how to add one or more rows to a data frame using the concat method. So, let's first create a data frame df2 with two records with the same column as that if df. Here, df.columns returns the column labels of df, and the same labels are used in df2 also. Both the df and df2 contains data with similar columns. Now we may concatenate these data frames to create a new data frame with rows from both. The concat method accepts the data frames to be concatenated as a list. df now holds the concatenated data frame. The index labels of the concatenated data frame appears to be dirty. Let's reset the index so that it appears incremental. Now the indexes are better than the previous one. Earlier, another method append were in use for appending rows to a data frame. Now it is deprecated, so we won't discuss it here. Now we will learn how to add columns to a Pandas data frame. Here quantity is a new column that will be added to the data frame. The values of the column are passed as a list here. As the data frame has 8 rows, 8 elements are passed as a list of values. Look, the column is added here as a last column. We may also create a column with calculated values from the existing columns. Here amount is equal to price multiplied by quantity. Look, the amount column is added to the DataFrame DF. Let's drop the amount column. We will create this in a different way. Axis equals 1 implies column and in place equals true affects the DataFrame itself. Look, the amount column is gone. Now, we will use the assign method to add a column to the DataFrame DF. Amount is the new column, and it equals price multiplied by quantity. So, the column amount is created with calculated values. We may also create a new column using the lock method. Let's check this example. Here, discount_PCT is the new column and list of values is assigned to it. The length of the list and the length of DataFrame is the same. A new column discount_PCT is added to the DataFrame. Now, we will learn how to add a new column to a DataFrame using the insert method. The insert method may be used to insert a column to any particular zero-based index position of the DataFrame. The first argument is the index position, the second argument is the new column name, and the third argument is a list of values for the column. Look, the new column prod code is added at column index position 1. We may also use a lambda function inside the assign method for assigning the calculated values to a new column. Here we are calculating the discount amount using a lambda function. The column discount is added at the end of the DataFrame. Let's display the discount column separately for better view. We have learned different ways of adding columns to a DataFrame. Now let's use these methods for adding more columns. Just follow me along. Now let's add one more column to the DataFrame with scalar value. Values for the column delivered is set y for all the rows. When values will be the same, we may use scalar values. As we can see, all the columns cannot be fit on the screen, so let's display few selected columns only for a better view. This is all for today's lesson. There are other ways also for adding rows or columns. That will be discussed later in other lessons. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe this channel for more such useful lessons.